Hello, everyone. Girl, hang on. My recording, bitch. Because last time I did a 17-minute video and it did not record, so I'm just a little triggered. Yeah, no, I did. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a really good Monday. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Sebastian, and I welcome you guys with a warm, open hug. I wanted to do a sit-down video with you guys because I feel like we need to talk, and I think it's time for me to share my truth, because you know what? Brittany did say, people can take everything away from you, but they can never take away your truth. But the question is, can you handle it? Can you handle my truth? Can you? So I am first of all, so thankful once again for reaching 33,000 subscribers. But you guys know I don't like to use the word subscribers. So I'm so grateful that we are now 33,000 besties. That's BESTEAS. I just wanted to take a second before we get into this and just thank you once again. And I really want to remind you just how grateful and thankful I am and how humble I feel about this. So thank you. Okay, so listen, you guys. I feel like this is giving very much Abercrombie. Do you guys remember that? This is Ross, bitch. Don't get it twisted. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys. You guys really received well my other video of just, sit down speaking out. And I wanted just to sort of, hopefully, on this Monday, get you out of any funk that you are in by telling you my truth. So my truth is the following. Since I can remember, I have always been on the anxiety, depressed, infused side of life. Even though I have dealt with a lot of very heavy, unfortunate situations, like the loss of my brother, tons of losses, to be very honest. I feel like the recipe for me would have been to crumble and to just go, because that is the truth. That's honestly the truth. I mean, I'm being very honest here. And I have one thing that has carried me through my life, and that is my faith. Now, I understand not all of us share the same religion, which is perfect. But I do have to say my faith in God and the universe has been the only thing that has gotten me through. I wouldn't even say family at this point. I wouldn't say friends. I wouldn't say anything but my faith. So whatever you believe in, find comfort and find hope in it, okay? And if you don't believe in anything like, superior, whatever, I mean, believe in yourself, because sometimes that is the most important thing. I feel like in every kind of like textbook thing, I was destined to crumble. It really, truly, I do feel it. But like I told you, since I was a little kid, I've always had very strong faith. And I always sort of knew that anything in this world is possible. And anything that you put your mind to, you can achieve. And I firmly have always believed that. I've always felt it in my heart and in my soul. There was a moment where I did fall, and there was a moment that my mind did want me to crumble, and it did want me to not continue. But I decided that I have a lot to learn, to live, to experience. And I decided that I might take a tumble here and there, but I will not crumble. And as, maybe cringy as that sounds, it is the truth. I have experienced in my life that even though it is raining and it is pouring and the lightning and everything is coming down on you, one quote to be very true is, the sun will come out tomorrow. Now, it might not be literally tomorrow, right? But when you are in it, the darkest part of a situation, I promise you that you are closer to the light than you really think, okay? And I am a true testament to that, because I believe that you are worth smiling, laughing, enjoying life, celebrating, being loved, love. I think that we all deserve to live our happiest life ever. But obviously, there is the huge topic of mental health. And mental health allows us to really dig a deep hole for ourselves. And my mental health did that, you know what I mean? And, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Just recently, in summertime, I went through a very deep depression. I gained a lot of weight. I feel it in my heart that I was on autopilot, if you will. And then I just, I really did start doing simple things to get me out of that funk, okay? I started to do simple things like, literally the simplest thing, like make my bed, brush my teeth, take a shower. Because people talk about depression, but they don't talk that sometimes brushing your teeth, making your bed, taking a shower feels like you're climbing Mount Everest. And it feels like something that you just cannot do, okay? And I, in my heart and in my soul, I believe that when you are in the middle of it, as much as people might care and might want to help you and might want to, be there for you and stuff, you can't really rely on others to bring you peace, okay? Obviously, you can go to professionals because that is what they're there for. If you believe in therapy, that is what they're there for, is to help you. But don't rely on someone else to make you happy. Don't rely on your partner, on your friends, on your family. Don't rely on it, because I feel in my heart that unfortunately, nobody has the key to access it except you. And it is very much easier said than done to get out of a funk, okay? But I have some simple ways that worked for me and works for me, because I still have very weird, fucked up days, okay? One thing is to set little, small goals to celebrate. So, for example, brushing your teeth, making your bed, taking a shower, okay? It is things that that normal people do every single day, and it is because it's necessary. But when you're in a funk and you're going through things, the simplest things seem the hardest. So my advice, if you're right now in the middle of it, is set the tiniest goal ever. Even if it's brushing your teeth, making your bed, taking a shower, brushing your hair, whatever the case, okay? Like the simplest things. Because once you start celebrating the small little wins, things will start, you start bringing some kind of positive in. So you're like, oh shit, I brushed my teeth for the third day in a row. Like, okay, good for you. That little good for you, that little feeling attracts another good feeling, and it attracts another good feeling. I believe firmly in the law of attraction, you guys. What you put out, you receive. When people go low, let them, because that's where you are, honey. Because let me tell you something, okay? When you are blessed and you are surrounded by light, you can't be touched by shade, or trying, at least, for, an attempt of shade, because some people think that they're shading someone, and girl, at the end of the day, you're just looking like a damn clown, okay? And that's just my truth right there. But anyways, I really firmly believe that what you put out, you receive. So if you put out a small little win, you will receive more little wins. Every single day that you compare yourself to others, see other people living their best life and you're wondering, how come I can't? How come I'm not feeling well? How come I just lost someone? How come, comparing your situation. It is a very human thing to do, but at the end of the day, it's also a very poisoning thing to do. And it is a very harmful thing to do. So my advice for those of you who are going through it right now, I don't know your situation. Every situation can be different. But if it's a situation that you know that can get better, try to set up yourself for success. Try and set up these little wins. Try and not compare yourself. If there is someone on your social media that makes you feel certain ways and it is not a positive way, eliminate. If there's someone in your life who doesn't help you, not even to help you, but makes you feel, I love how my neighbor's just looking at me while I'm filming this. He is making me feel less than right now because he's just staring at me, okay? No, he's not, he's not. But he is just staring at me and he's in his boxers, so that's kind of weird. And now I can't stop looking. Oh, Lord Jesus. When someone makes you feel less than, I'm just gonna pretend I'm on the phone. When someone makes you feel, if someone in your life makes you feel less than, eliminate them. Some people need to make other people feel less than to kind of bring onto themselves some kind of positive thing. If you need to bring someone down to feel good, you are a miserable human being, baby. He's still standing there in his very, very tight boxers, just staring in his balcony. I wish I could just oh, no. You know what, bitch? Focus, Sebastian. But for real, eliminate people. Eliminate people who don't bring you any kind of positivity, don't bring you any kind of joy, don't bring you any kind of nothing positive. Not everyone is meant to be in your life. I do believe that every friendship has a season. I believe that not everybody is meant to be friends forever. I believe that even family members are not meant to be in your life forever. You have to surround yourself with people that allow you to feel good about yourself, who are not constantly putting you down, who are not constantly making you feel less than so they can feel, more. That is something very important. I do believe that we need to make sure that the people around us is also cheering for us and wants us to be successful and wants us to be happy. So the little wins, eliminating certain things. I will talk a little bit about a situation, that really, has has still a little hold on me, which is, my ED. I've had, an issue with it for a while, but now I just have to say that I am setting myself up for success. So for example, I suffer from binge eating, and so I deleted delivery apps from my phone. I had a conversation with my husband that I really needed his help, not bringing certain foods around. Luckily, he's also on a lifestyle change, so that fit perfectly. And had he not been on a lifestyle change and wanted the foods that trigger me, we would just have to find, a cute little ways for me not to, for example, him putting it on a high shelf that only he can reach because he's a lot taller than me. Little things like that, because also you shouldn't interfere in other people's lives. But luckily, we're on kind of the same page. And so what I did with my ED is that I set myself up with little successes. So for example, I set myself up with, when I go to the grocery store, not buying things that trigger the thing in me that wants me to binge. Deleting the delivery apps. When we go out to eat, not ordering appetizers, because what I would do is I would get the appetizer, the main, the dessert. I would go crazy, sometimes even 2 appetizers. So those are, of course, things that have come in time, because many times I have deleted, I've done all of this and I've just re-downloaded, I've just gone to the grocery store, many times, and including, just recently, I had a thing with chocolate, and we had some Christmas candy here that we give, because in where some of our families from in Germany and Denmark, they give like chocolate. They do like a candy tower for Christmas. So we had a lot of candy left over. And the other day, honestly, I just ate, and I'm not even kidding, I ate like 10 pieces of chocolate, like one after the other. And I was loving it, but by piece 9, I was feeling like, girl, you know what I mean? So, so set up yourself with little wins, though these are the things that I feel it in my heart that have helped me. Something that I have touched on, and is something that I really do feel that is really my truth that I have never shared with you before, is that when I lost my brother over 10 years ago, I was mentally not here. And I would envision him, and I would stay up all night smoking cigarettes and talking to him in my balcony. And we would have long conversations. And you have to understand, 10 years ago, mental health wasn't really a conversation that was had. So the easiest thing for someone to say is, girl, you're crazy. Now we don't really use that word that much, but back then was just like, he's crazy, My family did want me to go to a sort of rehab place for grief and for, back then, I guess, mental health. I'm so grateful that is, when I met my now husband, and he obviously helped me out a lot. He helped me help myself, if that makes sense. In the beginning, I was hallucinating and picturing my brother there. And I would have physical pain in my stomach every single day. At around 2 a.m., I'd go to the bathroom and I would just fall on the floor with physical pain. And that took me a very good 9 years up to recently, to really like start living. For example, up to recently, when I drink, I don't cry. But for a good 7 years, I would get drunk and cry most of the time. 90% of the time, I would have a breakdown every time. So now when I do drink and have fun, I could sort of just have fun. Certain songs, movies, things would trigger me, so I blanked it out. Till recently, I saw a couple of movies that, reminded me of my brother, like Coyote Ugly, certain little things that we both loved. And I just have to say that, I have set myself up with little wins without knowing, because I would know that certain things made me, go backward. So I eliminated them. For example, avoiding certain movies, certain songs, certain situations, certain places. So you have to set up yourself with these little wins, because each win represents a closer, each win represents, oh girl, there's someone on the roof. Each win represents a step closer to healing. So when you really, really focus and you really, really understand where that pain is coming from, you can use that, and you can understand it, think about it, process it, and then you can be like, okay, each little win. Girl, what is he doing on the roof? What is happening today in my building? Oh my Lord. Not me being chismoso, gossip. No, chismoso's nosy. So I felt compelled to talk about this because, I'm not into flashy shit. I'm very upfront, and I'm very human about the way that I deliver myself now. Because I just feel like I don't have the time to pretend I'm someone else. And I also have apologized a lot in the past for being too nice to people. But you know the thing is, you guys, is that I see life so beautifully now. And obviously, any chance I get to see it beautiful, I'm not going to bring in negativity. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bring rudeness. I'm not going to bring um, nastiness. Because I see some people and I'm like, oof, you're so angry. You're so angry. There has to be a lot of healing there. And the more people are mean, the more horrible their lives are. And I fully believe that. I really believe that. So when someone is really mean to you and treats you nasty and, at work or, just any type of nastiness, that they are not okay. But when you are surrounded by light, shade can't touch you. Negativity can't touch you. So I guess the moral of the story is, I think it's a beautiful thing to be humble. I think it's a beautiful thing to acknowledge that you're human, that you make mistakes, that it's not all rainbows and butterflies, because it's not. But I also think it's important at some point in your life to take action, even if it's a simple thing like brushing your teeth. And I really want you to know that this is a no judgment zone. I want you guys to, be in the comments and supporting one another. I think that it's a beautiful thing when we can get together, because I do believe that God or the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, but these are the higher power I believe in, have brought us together for a reason. And as much as we love tea and gossip, there's also the real world, and there's also real shit going on that we have to acknowledge. And I can't just sit here and continue to spill tea and stuff, knowing that even if there's one person hurting out there that I can help even a little bit, girl, that is mission accomplished. Okay, bitch. So I have to say, the road is long, but if you continue to set up little wins for yourself, to acknowledge that you may not be feeling great, to eliminate people who bring no positivity into your life, or habits that bring no positivity in your life, deleting those, eliminating those, and thinking and having hope even in your darkest time, I think that it's sooner than later that you will start feeling a lot better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat. I absolutely am so grateful to have a voice. I'm not saying I'm a professional. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what comes out of my heart, what I believe my soul wants to tell you. And I, really, really express this a lot, but I am very grateful for you guys. I believe a lot in faith, in manifestation, in law of attraction. I believe a lot in using gratitude. So if you want to hear more of that, let me know in the comments, and that could be my next video. But this video, I just wanted it to really be about being honest with you about some rough times that I've gone through, and how I've tried to get out of them, and how I'm still trying to get out of them. Because, I believe that, yeah, some people maybe are always healed, but like there's some pain that you just have to learn to live with, instead of eliminating. Because for me, for example, my grief will never go away. I don't believe that my grief will ever go away, but I am learning to live with it, and learning to cope, and learning to continue my life. You know what I mean? So I love you, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm here for you, whatever you guys need. And thank you for everything. Thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you for allowing me into your homes, and for sharing this moment with me. So I love you guys. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.